Testing. Testing. Uh the last video I tried to record. Um since my monitor is a 4K monitor where I draw, the resolution was way too high for default resolution. But now I'm going to teach you how to draw. Probably play a little music in the background. I'm only doing this for 30 minutes because I got class tomorrow in the morning and I have to be up early, obviously. And also, this is not scripted or anything. I just want to edit a video and put it up on the internet. I want to play some Cool Heat. Their or his latest album, Nowhere. The first thing that you have to know to be able to draw is that if you're a complete beginner, then everything you know is wrong, basically. So usually people do something that's called a symbol drawing, and this is like if you want to draw a face, you draw that, and then you probably put the eyes up there, up high. No, let's not do that. That's not really a symbol. You'll put the eyebrows here, and then you'll make eyes, and then you probably bring a nose. And then the mouth, you'll make it smiley face like that. Put some lips and then some teeth. And then you probably add some hair. And then your nose. I mean ears. And then a neck. Then a shirt or whatever. Keep going. And then some hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pants. Shoes. That's a symbol drawing, right? It's all symbolic of what really is. It's like reading. This is as if you were writing. So this equals almost to literally a man or a person or a boy. Instead of writing this, you're writing in symbols to say the same thing. Like, this is probably like Latin based. I don't know, Japanese things would do like blah 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 blah, or Korean, or classical Arabic, or any other non ABC language. And to get rid of this notion of symbol drawing, draw a box. Why a box? Let's say this is your plane of view, right? Let me draw this as your LED 4K 120 hearts, frames per second or whatever. That's your screen, right? And then you're here looking at your screen, typing away. This is your table. You're looking at this plane here, but let's say you're playing a video game, and through the screen, through that plane here, let me draw another view here. You're seeing things in depth. 3D shapes, but only perceived like through this 2D plane. So that's the first step, right? And what you're doing when you're drawing, when you're really drawing, you're almost sort of like studying what it means, studying perspective, or studying what form means. And basically what you're doing is, in a way, studying all of that, it's like you're putting your hand through this screen and you're drawing beyond that plane. So that's your little hand, mouse, and that's you. And all of those things that are quote unquote beyond this plane here have form that you need to know how to show or interpret or basically just show on this 2D plane. So the way to practice that is to draw a box. Yes, drawing a box will help you get rid of the idea of like symbol drawing and then start to understand that a point here and a point here and a point, like these points here, are not representing a rectangle that's tilted 30 degrees. It's representing a top plane of a prism. So that is the first step to know how to draw. That's the first step. That's the switch in your brain that you have to do in order to begin. So kill yourself, first step, kill all of your notions. The second step is to get loose with the hand. So your figures don't look stiff, they look natural, they look flowing, they look energetic, they look as if they were alive past that 2D plane that we talked about. So for that, you're gonna do gestures. And in gestures, what you're trying to do is basically just find the movement, the energy, the flow. So we go from like rigid box to change our ideas of what drawing is into just whatever. Let me draw Proko's kangaroo here. Very flowing. Do this for like 10,000 single gestures, just about, and then you should study from your favorite artists. This can be from any time period, any style, anything. Go from anime to cubism. Just don't really get into like abstract stuff where you're back to drawing a box again, but this time just a 2D box. This is more of a conceptual, this is more like a thought experiment more than anything. Yeah. And then from there, this is just to like practice and put yourself out there and see what you like and what you don't like. And then from there, you're gonna want to go back to studying, like academically. You're probably gonna mess with your tones, your lights, your shadows,
Values, not tone.
Might to simplify. And then you want to go to color. And then you want to go to you're probably going to want to go to anatomy. When you like, these two kind of interchange, I guess. Because once you learn how to do that and just put another layer on top and mess around with the color, it's super easy. And then anatomy, you're going to need to know the tones so you can show muscle and the various forms, various interlocking forms of the human body and or animals, from which you can then go and create design like creatures that could actually exist or things that make sense. or not. And then step 7, what's step 7? What should I guess composition here, kind of leading the eye, making references to historic paintings or making memes. This is where you'll have the most fun in composition. You can reference anybody and anything from any period, from any time point, anything ever. And then number 8 is just shitpost and have fun. And then the last and most important step is to draw daily Cernos. And that is the complete guide on what you should be doing to make thousands of dollars a month, hundreds of thousands of likes on Instagram. And that's it, pretty much. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will not be answering them, but other people might. Because yes, this is only a guide. You can study, you can learn how to draw however you want, but this is the based and red pilled guide. The end.